Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a very good way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up, by leaving a comment, by subscribing if you have not already, and telling me what you plan on having for breakfast. And a very big thank you once again to all the new Patreon followers. It's a lot every single day, and I do thank you for your patronage. And without further ado, some pretty exciting, crazy, over-the-top news, and let's jump right into it. It says Bitcoin's price has been consolidating in an ever-tightening range between its current all-time high of around 42,000 and a low of nearly 28,000 US dollars. But could a new all-time high be only days away? The CEO of a capital management firm believes so and has shared charts demonstrating a clear technical breakout is in the top cryptocurrency by what? Who wrote that? Here's a clear look at yada yada. Although it was a narrative and perfect storm scenario of 2020 that brought Bitcoin into the financial world spotlight, 2021 is proving to be the year of Bitcoin. FOMO is spreading like wildfire. It is absolutely insane how many people have jumped into the market just within the last couple of weeks. Not sure if it's the whole Reddit Wall Street bet kind of thing, but I'm getting those texts again, and I'm sure you are as well, of people asking how to get into the market. So tell me if this has happened to you, because I'm a little shocked. Never mind. I guess it's just a mimic of 2017 again. I'm seeing a lot of people asking me how to get into the market, or what's the safest bet, or what they should get into, or even a lot of times they're asking me, how do I buy Bitcoin? How do I get into the space? And then I tell them, and they get a little bit discouraged. Why do they get discouraged? Because Bitcoin's price is too high. And I explain to them, hey, you can buy fragments. This has happened multiple times. I've had multiple conversations like this. You can buy fragments of Bitcoin. You can buy 1/10 of a Bitcoin. You can buy 1/100th of a Bitcoin. As long as you have over 1 million Satoshi, just have some skin in the game. And I get this really weird, like, well, that sounds stupid. Like, I want a whole coin. For those of you who weren't here many years ago, you can even Google it. Type in crypto vanity. You should be able to find it. It's an old article basically discussing that a lot of people don't understand the potential and where Bitcoin is going, because they don't ever want to have to tell someone, yeah, I own Bitcoin, but I own 0.0123458910 of a Bitcoin, as opposed to saying I own an entire Bitcoin. So a lot of people get discouraged. They end up putting their money into the wrong coins, and then you kind of know where the situation goes from there. And participants range from retail to corporate CEOs, institutions, and other high net worth individuals. Celebrities are acting as an echo chamber, and mainstream media is furthering the frenzy with outrageous headlines featuring claims of valuations reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin. I didn't even have to read much more of this. This isn't the first time that I'm seeing something like this, and this is not the first time or last time that we're going to be seeing something like this as well. We have had a lot of predictions of where Bitcoin is going to be going, and this now seems to be tightening its range, if you will. That was a weird way of saying it. A lot of institutions right now are saying that we should be seeing brand new all-time highs in Bitcoin within the next couple of days. And it seems at the moment to kind of be going that way, because Bitcoin, I think, is up by $3,000 or $4,000 since last night. The news that we've been getting nonstop has been institutions buying massive amounts of Bitcoin. And once again, while that is a huge 95% chunk of the pie, you have to understand that the other 5% of the pie is also millions of other people around the world who are also still buying up fragments of Bitcoin every single day. People who are trading, trying to accumulate a lot more Bitcoin. I knew a lot of other people before who told me the only reason why they touched altcoins was that they made sure that they got the gains from them, and any extra profit they pushed into Bitcoin. So, as it stands right now, it is looking like, no one is certain, that Bitcoin could potentially pass by 42,000 something or other in the next couple of days. I think if we do indeed have a major push up, we're going to try and aim for 50,000, or for Bitcoin to get above the $1 trillion market cap, which sounds insane to even say out loud, the T word, but alas, there's nothing really holding us back from that. Since we hit 42,000 before and subsequently dropped back down to 20 something or other, we've had 18 other institutions who've told us that they've been buying huge amounts. Like, we know that the supply isn't increasing. like, mathematically 21 million, yada, yada. But it keeps going off the table. We've had news about 4 different cryptocurrency exchanges who've seen their amount of Bitcoin on there constantly decreasing month after month. Anyway, that's the Bitcoin price news, if you will. On top of that, it says Ethereum price breaks 1,600. Ethereum futures open interest at an all-time high. And a little bit later, it said Ethereum is eyeing $1,700 as Grayscale has added another $76 million worth of Ether to their coffers. We're like a smidge away from 1,700 at this point. I'm kind of shocked that we haven't just popped up to 2,000. It says in a massive rally over the last 48 hours, the Ethereum price has moved past 1,650 levels and is now eyeing a move above $1,700. The massive rally continues as institutional purchases, there we go, by Grayscale shoot sharply in the last 2 days. That's also not a phrase people say. After adding $38 million worth of Ether on Tuesday, the Grayscale Ethereum Trust has bought another $76 million worth of Ether yesterday. With this, Grayscale's total Ethereum holdings have crossed 3 million, with net asset under management for Ether being 4.7 billion US dollars, and there's the update right there. So we have a race. We have a situation where institutions are buying tons and tons of Bitcoin, and now Grayscale is starting to buy lots of Ethereum. If you weren't here before, Grayscale was buying huge amounts of Bitcoin. I think it was 2019, and no one really paid them any mind until they had accumulated so much Bitcoin. People were like, why are they doing that? Everyone else jumped in, and that started and it's not even a snowfall or rainfall. The absolute tsunami avalanche that we see right now of institutions who are, and this isn't, just wait till we get to the actual other institutional banking news that we also have in this video. It's gonna be a little bit insane. So Grayscale seems to be accumulating as much Ether, I mean Bitcoin, yes, but as much Ether as also as possible. And I wonder where this is going to lead, because we have not yet seen many other institutions jumping into the Ethereum pool. But I think if we end up passing by $2,000, $3,000 per Ether, they're going to do the exact same thing and start announcing that they're also getting into it, locking up a lot more, staking it, what have you, and then the price will continue to rise. So yeah, Ethereum's price keeps jumping. We are very close to 1,700. There's nothing actually stopping us from hitting 1,700, but alas, that's how it goes. Polkadot price breaks new all-time high ahead of ETP launch. A lot of the altcoins are pumping right now, like actually pumping quite hard. And usually the news, when you look around for why, it's because Ethereum is doing so well. Anything that's Ethereum adjacent, Ethereum associated, built on top of it, DeFi, somewhere in that sort of path, is also pumping up along with Ethereum as well. Polkadot has become incredibly popular in an incredibly short amount of time. I think this project was started in 2017 or 2018 or something like that. And the fact that it is done so well is quite surprising, if I might say so. It's actually even at this point, now don't hate me, it's kind of overshadowing Chainlink, which was kind of held as like the wunderkind for the cryptocurrency space. Everyone thought that Chainlink would be the number 3 coin at some point, but Polkadot continues to rise higher and higher. And also in altcoin news, it says the Merry hard fork will bring Cardano one step closer to smart contracts on Gaugen. Gaugen doesn't really matter. Cardano is also pumping as well over the last couple of days. It's because of a hard fork. There's also something else happening in March, and there's something happening at the beginning of April, which I cannot remember right now, but there's a lot of things lined up for Cardano. And this seems to be the reason why the price is also rising. Quite fascinating. All these things are slowly coming into place, and everything is kind of completely lining up. And as long as, logically, we see Bitcoin continue to do well. I mean, if we get Bitcoin in the situation where Bitcoin past 42,000, the altcoins are also going to hyper react, because the altcoins have been doing very well the last couple of days. So any 8, 9, 14%, 21% increases that we've seen in altcoins is probably going to be quite exponential. So quite fascinating there. Anyway, that's all the altcoin price news, action news at 10 kind of thing going on. A lot of other altcoins were also mentioned in the news, but it was basically like a new all-time high, new price this, new so-and-so. And so I think Binance Coin has also hit a brand new all-time high because they keep burning the coins. And because more people are using their platform and actually utilizing the Binance Coin, which is a utility token, and therefore, momentum, what have you. Anyway, that's all that news. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up. So, we heard from Visa about 10 days ago that they were looking to get into the cryptocurrency space. And then the next day, we heard from the CEO saying that he liked Bitcoin and they planned on integrating Bitcoin into the Visa system. Now we have news. Visa has partnered with Anchorage, the first federally chartered crypto bank. The credit card giant will launch a new initiative to enable the purchase and sale of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies at traditional banks. Once again, Visa has partnered with Anchorage, the first federally chartered crypto bank. The credit card giant will launch a new initiative. Visa is launching an initiative to enable the purchase and sale of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, yay, through banks. Should I say it a third time, or does 2 suffice? I'm pretty sure 2 is just fine. Visa is going full storm, full ahead, head first, full storm ahead with this entire Bitcoin thing. I said it before. I said it's a little weird that, Visa was like, it looks nice. I mean, maybe let's try it. No, they've probably been dabbling in it for quite a while. And at this point, I'm just kind of waiting for MasterCard and any other card out there to also jump into the boat. We now have just about every single major financial institution, every single app that deals with money in some sort of way is accepting Bitcoin, integrating Bitcoin. And this still goes back, I think it was this month. I don't know the exact time frame anymore because they're never really in the news. But people from the New York Stock Exchange, or BAXT, we're also planning on launching an app that would also allow people to be able to pay for anything with their cryptocurrencies. This seems to be the next step. This is what everyone seems to be very focused on, is the actual usage of Bitcoin. We're seeing the trading usage, got it. We're seeing the locking up of it, but I think people want other people to start buying things with their cryptocurrencies. I do not think this is going to happen until Bitcoin passes by at least $150, 200 something $1,000, just kind of in my head. But even then, I see once Bitcoin hits $1 million, that's when people will be more inclined to deal with it in daily trades and actually purchase stuff with it, because nobody wants to miss the rise up. Nobody wants to be the pizza guy, if you will. So if this didn't make you bullish before, I don't know what you gotta check your pulse or something like that, because this is crazy. This leads us to the confirmation that every other industry is going to accept Bitcoin at some point. If we have the largest banks on the planet telling us that they have positions in Bitcoin, when you travel around the world, for those of you who have a Visa card, where can you pay with it? Just about anywhere. So imagine another worldwide payment system. The same exact thing with PayPal. This is why when we had the PayPal news, I was like, is everybody ready for the pump? Because it's definitely coming. You can't have companies and institutions who are made so that we don't need a Bitcoin. They start accepting Bitcoin. That means that they have understood that their business model is not going to work out for much longer, and they have to integrate the new system into it. Bitcoin should be easily above $120,000 right now. The amount of Bitcoin that's off the market, the amount of people who are buying every single day, the amount of institutions who continuously tell us that they're buying up all the Bitcoin. Like, it's not like it's speculative. Like, it's not, maybe they bought like one yesterday. Like, we know that they're buying tens and 15s of thousands every single day or every single week. It's constantly in the news over and over and over. And then you have all the banks around the world who are accepting it, who are making their Don't forget, we had tons of banks last year who were like, yeah, we're going to try and figure out how to integrate it into our systems or create our own cryptocurrency exchanges or all these other things. And now we have every payment system. You get what I'm saying. I don't have to rant any longer. I think I'm just kind of hyped this morning. Not really sure what it is. The markets are doing well. They're finally, hopefully, reflecting the news that we've been getting. But if you don't get it right now, if your friends don't get it right now, I have people who I've known for years, and I make sure to do, I try to be quite courteous. I take screenshots, I copy and paste, and I send them articles and I send them things that are happening within the cryptocurrency space, and they roll their eyes, they don't pay attention, and I wonder at what point will they pay attention. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be devastating for me more than them, because I've been telling them to get into it for years. What exactly tells you right now, after everything we've been going through over the last 8 weeks, not even year and a half, that Bitcoin is going to fail? It's being integrated into everything. All the world's major stock exchanges have also announced that they're going to be integrating Bitcoin or having cryptocurrency trading on their platform. Visa has announced they're going to help banks buy, sell, hold. I assume there's also going to be some type of custody solution as well, logically. Bitcoin. What's not clicking? What's not connecting for anyone out there who doesn't get where all of this is going? Every Goliath in the financial world has toppled over. Every single major multi-billion-dollar hedge fund has come forward saying, yeah, we're going to allocate around 5% of our funds into Bitcoin. Not really sure what's not connecting for a lot of people, but there are still tons of people who think that crypto is like, oh, it's only going to be around for a couple of years. And I'm like, what have you ingested? Anyway, of course, this is major news, as one might expect. Visa announces pilot API for its banking partners to allow cryptocurrency. Visa's new software to permit Visa to launch. You got it? Everyone understand Bitcoin's undervalued? Because we have only barely doubled the price of Bitcoin from 2017, when we had no institutions buying Bitcoin. 2017 was a retail frenzy. It was everyday normal people trying to buy as much Bitcoin as possible so that they could buy that Lambo. Bitcoin has just doubled in price from the previous all-time high, where we currently were at 42,000. All for the news. Bitcoin should be, oh my gosh, do you understand? Okay, I'm done, because I'm not in the mood to rant for, like, first of all, when I rant, I kind of black out and then I wake up and I'm like, I don't know where I am anymore. And I'm not in the mood for that, because if you know at this point. If you are sitting here watching this video, you completely understand how high this is going to go, where this space is going to be in 5 years. This year has just started. Do you see how much news we've already gotten about institutions, banks, and card payment companies who are integrating and buying Bitcoin? I'm going to assume, this is an assumption, Visa is probably not just helping them. Visa's probably, assumption, buying up Bitcoin themselves, because, logic. Anyway, that's that news, and let's move on. Next up, Stone Ridge Asset Management's Bitcoin spinoff called New York Dig already has enough institutional buy orders lined up to push its Bitcoin holdings over $25 billion by the end of this year. CEO Ross Stevens said, I am confident we'll have over $25 billion of Bitcoin by the end of year 2021. I just got this order book. I'm not guessing. I see what's happening. This is what he told Michael Saylor. New York Dig currently manages $6 billion in Bitcoin for its 280 institutional clients, with at least 96? Can't see the number. 96 more waiting in the wings, Stephen said. He said New York Dig can onboard at least 75 new clients a month. I don't have to read anymore. You get it. Every single day, is the word pity? The amount of people who aren't paying attention, who don't want to pay attention, who really don't get it are going to be extremely, 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 extremely sad. A couple of years ago, when we had those countries, it was 3 or 4 countries who went to the International Monetary Fund and told them, we need to create, not sure what's happening. We need to create Bitcoin bonds because our currency is garbage. This was 2 or 3 years ago. I'm going to assume since then, as we've seen other currencies completely collapse in the last 3 years, there are probably at least 10 to 15 countries on this planet who are thinking of using Bitcoin as a reserve asset, issuing bonds against Bitcoin. We've had news about 3 or 4 countries who we know about who have openly said that they are mining Bitcoin. So, yeah. They're expecting to hold $25 billion worth of Bitcoin. And that's probably an estimate based off of the actual current prices. That's not if Bitcoin does a 10x in price. That is the amount that the number that Bitcoin currently is. We have 6 billion, and we are going to continuously increase 75 institutions. What do you say, a week or a day? 75 a month. Yeah, that's the New York Dig news. Man, let's move on. Sure. Why not news? The past few days have demonstrated how organized groups can shake the well-established stock market. The organized movement was even visible in the Dogecoin market, due to which the price of Dogecoin skyrocketed at the time. Traders according to Binance has added new trading pairs for Doge. They've added it to the Australian dollar, BRL. I don't know what BRL is. And it says DOT to NGN. That is not a Dogecoin trading pair. The point is, Binance has added new trading pairs to Doge on their platform because of the amount of interest and hype-trist currently flowing through the market. On top of that, cryptocurrency derivatives trading platform BitMEX has announced it is launching a Dogecoin perpetual swap contract. You heard that right, allowing traders and investors to speculate on the price of the cryptocurrency. Dogecoin was created as a meme and uses the Shiba Inu dog breed as its mascot. So, new Binance pairs on Doge, and BitMEX is adding perpetual contracts. And on top of that, Elon Musk, 30 minutes ago, said the word Dogecoin again, and it shot up by 53%. That's the time we're living in right now. I joke with my friend whenever these pumps happen. I said, wouldn't it be really weird? I mean, rather this is happening somewhere around the world. There's somebody who had $1 million bet in Dogecoin. Dump it into Doge. He tweeted, and they made $500,000. I think it's just the way the world is right now. But good job, Elon Musk, with your pumpy tweets. That's all the Dogecoin news. And there was a lot more, but that's the most relevant ones. Oh boy. And without further ado, let's move on. And to finish things off, the mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez, is once again in the news and is reportedly considering letting city employees receive their salary in Bitcoin. He believes that this will be the biggest story of the next few years. In an interview with Forbes, Mayor Francis Suarez revealed he has always been fascinated with the idea of Bitcoin and its mathematical nature, and is aware of the growing popularity of cryptocurrencies in general among the American people. In a bid to expand Miami's Bitcoin-friendly nature, he is reportedly considering 3 paths, one of which would give city employees the opportunity to receive their salaries in Bitcoin. The other paths would see local fees and taxes accept payments in Bitcoin or in another cryptocurrency, and seeing the city's treasury allocate capital into Bitcoin. We heard the capital allocation part, that the mayor is trying to get a portion of the city's reserves in Bitcoin. Then the tax thing is completely new. This was tried you can even find it. It's an old article. It says like IRS accepts Bitcoin as payment. And I think they did. I forgot what the exact thing was for like a day or two, but that was quickly shut down because, you as a government with your dollar, almost cursed, can't promote something that is going to usurp your dollar. So that was quickly struck down. And now the other one is people in Miami getting paid in Bitcoin. And I told you that story before. This was 2013, 2014, where there were people there were certain jobs who were actually paying their employees in Bitcoin, but Bitcoin was like $180, $200. And by the time Bitcoin had gone up to 20,000, there were no more news stories about that, because I assume all the employers were like, we could have had that for ourselves. So there are already people on the planet who get paid in Bitcoin, exclusively in Bitcoin. I had a friend who was the word isn't hacker. He used to help companies kind of like break their websites, if that makes any sense. They used to hire him to be like, hey, we need to know how secure our website is. Can you make sure that you can't get into it? Let us know where the faults are, et cetera, et cetera. And they'd pay him in Bitcoin. And this was years ago when Bitcoin was like $800, $900. I wonder if he still has it. Anyway, yeah. If this does pass through, expect a lot of news from your friends being like, hey, I gotta move to Miami because they have sun and they have sand. And you'll be like, is it because of Bitcoin? No, it's not. It's just I need the sand right now. Anyway, that's the Miami Bitcoin news. This guy's on a roll. The mayor, he's been in the news like every single day. So I assume I give it like May, June of this year, all this stuff will probably have passed through, or he'll have some other thing that he's trying to launch. Anyway, none of the Miami news. Yeah, let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters: Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Miguel Grolet, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Barebones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Crypto Stahl, George Montoya, Wiselink, not TMI, Conan, Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolik Banan, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Oscar Maldonado, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Stoyer, Nostromo, John Sart, something in my eye, go away. John Sarson, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Moha Maroni, Massive Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D, 3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie Rich 3. Is that a movie? Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangelavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Garner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test every day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day. Yes to Crypto, Bodemic Boatface, Anytime Fitness, Moss Corner Staff, Arfmedic 17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to all the new Patreon members once again. Constantly new ones every single day. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to everyone who is a clicker of affiliate links. Thank you to everyone who is a person. Thank you to everyone who is still watching and or listening at the moment. Okay, Bitcoin has had a little bit of a dip here. It's at 37,282 US dollars. I think it was at 38,000 when I started the video. Ethereum's currently at 1623. Polkadot is at $20. Yeah, a little dip happening. At least at the time of me making the video right now. Dip, 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 dip. Dogecoin is currently at 49 cents. Wow. It's at 4 cents, 0.0. Okay. Thought it was 4. I was like, wow. It's up 52%. And look at that. It was pumping straight up, but Bitcoin didn't like that. Aave is up by 31%. Anything else crazy? Oh my gosh. Oh, UMA is up by 138%. Wow. Wow. Lend is up by 32%. Yeah. Alrighty. The market's crazy. The market just doesn't make any sense anymore. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.